Hello, people. I have met, or should I say this, got reacquainted with someone from my past, someone that I've known for a very long time. I'm talking about like for over 25, maybe even longer than that, years. And I was thinking about honestly, I was thinking about this person last week, and I was like, I wonder if their number's still the same because they had the type of number that had a piece of their name in it. So it was a very easy number to remember. So I was thinking about him last week and I decided to call the number today. I did. And guess what? It was still the same. Over 25 years with the same phone number. So we talked. Initially, he asked about my brother Reginald. They were rather close. Me and this man dated, when we were young. Okay, we were young. It was a long time ago. But it's just that he had met, I'm not sure if he met my mother. I know he met my brother, though, because him and my brother was kind of cool. So, it was kind of nice. But he's Italian, and his father still owns, and have owned for a long time, an Italian restaurant that is right downtown here in Milwaukee, very well known. I'm not going to say even what it's by because people can figure it out. And when we were young, that was the only restaurant of his caliber, should I say, that was there. Anyway, when he was in his early 20s, he opened up the second one on an east side location. Because when I met him, I was living on the east side, kind of nice on Prospect. And yeah, he remember, those days. It remembers that time because it was a good time, and me and this man dated, and yeah, it was different. We dated, but at the same time, we had our own separate lives too. But we always would just bring it back together. It's kind of complicated. It really is. Some things in life just be like that, but it is what it is. But anyway, we got reacquainted. In our getting reacquainted steps, or whatever you want to call it, um, yeah, I had to shift, y'all, because yeah, I just need to shift. But anyway, he wanted me to send him some pictures, recent pictures. I did. It's been over 25 years. He sent me a picture, and he looked like a big boss. And he's a bigger dude too. He always was. But that didn't matter to me, you know. But it's just that, yeah, he looks so good. Yeah, he don't look like he aged much, except with the exception of his beard and his very trimmed mustache. Okay, very trimmed. His fancy glasses, and he just looks like a complete Italian boss. That was slow to. That one was slow to boot, y'all. Okay. But he looked like a big Italian boss, okay? And that's just what it is. Now, I do have to say, we got into, conversation that you're going to get into. Meaning, are you with somebody? What's your situation? Right? Come on now, we're going to be realistic, right? So, yeah, we did get into that. And I told him. And I told him a thing or two. And he was like, hey, what you want to do? And I'm like, what you mean? And he was like, you want to exit that? What you trying to do? You want to leave? You want your own spot? I know how you roll. See, like I said, when he met me, I was on Prospect. You know, I had the lake in my living room. I was very young. I told y'all that. I was living like a big boss. And I was very young already, you know. And he was too. That's probably why we clicked the way we did. He was telling me today how comfortable he always felt with me and this, that, and the other. Oh, okay. That's what I thought he thought. But anywho, sent him them pictures. He was like, wow, you know, wow. And he was like, what you want to do? So, I had to ask myself that question. What do I want to do? And I came up with the answer. And y'all gonna see. Okay. Y'all gonna see. Yep, I'm not going to speak so quickly or this, that, and the other. I know it's a lot of people probably waiting for that, which I don't give a fuck, you know, because I got to live my life and I got to be happy myself. And if I ain't happy, then fuck it. What am I doing, you know? And I'm not the type of person who finna waste no whole bunch of time. I'm not going to do it because I feel like, you know, I'm a little bit older. I don't have that type of time to waste. I'm going to get into some other options real quick, you know, especially when you see, this is the thing. You have to know what you're dealing with when you go in, okay? And I was reluctant, very reluctant to let my guard down with Rex, but I did let it down. And sometimes you got to take a chance, but it don't mean that you don't know what the fuck you dealing with, okay? Before you go into it like full throttle. So I'm just gonna say that, you know, for right now. I'm not gonna say too much more, but I do know what I want to do. I do know, definitely do. So I let him know, but you know, I'm not really ready to tell it, you know, out yet. So I did let him know though. And it is what it is. You know, it'd be like this sometimes. Yeah, you know, it's just that sometimes when things are not, and I did talk about this too. I talked about things being on the scale, you know, and how they should weigh up. And if they ain't weighing up and the other person going up and the other person going lower, then that shit's not going to work, okay? So I just know that that's the truth. I'm going to stick by that philosophy, whatever you want to call it. I don't care, but I'm going to stick with that, okay? So that's how I feel about it. And that's it. Like I said, I'm not going to put it out there or be mean or anything like that. You know, me and Rex do still live together. So far. So far we do live together still. That's all I really can say about it. But, you know, it is what it is. Yep, y'all. Ran into an old friend and, well, like I said, got reacquainted over the phone, okay? But that's all it takes, you know, when you have a connection or had a connection that can easily be picked back up just like that, okay? So, you're gonna have to stay tuned in to find out what's going on, you know? Yeah, that part. I bet people gonna be like, oh, this bitch is a trip. No. Like I said, honey, I knew what I was dealing with. At the end of the day, I still let my guard down, like I said earlier. But I could quickly put that bitch back up because I know. Anywho, I do know one thing. I am going to be working my butt off, okay? Someone supposedly is going to be quitting sometime next week, and I'm going to be filling in those hours. I'm really happy about that. So right now I'm just on the grind, y'all, you know, just trying to do what I need to do, and that's pretty much it. But I will say this. I've always said what my daddy taught me. that self-preservation is the first rule of nature, and that is so true. You have to look out for yourself first. You cannot look out for other people until you look out for you first. So I just want people to understand that, and understand that's the rule I'm going to go with. Okay? I need to be happy on all levels, and all I'm saying is, if it's not with Rex, or if it is, we're going to find out. But in the meantime, I'm going to do what's best for A.